Okay, self-practice 5.1b. Question number 1. State two differences between directed graph and undirected graph. So, this is the answer. The edges in directed graph are marked with direction. And the order of vertices in directed graph are written according to the direction of the edges. Question number 2. What is the meaning of weight in a weight graph? So a value or information involving age. So you can mark your answer now. Question number 3. Draw a directed graph based on the given information. So since this is directed graph, so you have to draw the arrow and follow the E here, the V and the E. This is the answer for A. For question B, there is 3 characteristics here, so this is the answer for B. Next, question number 4. Based on the information in table 1 and 2, this is table 1 and table 2, complete the weight and undirected graph. So this is incomplete graph. Mr. Benny and Mr. Murugas drive individually from Kuala Pilah to Rompin. Such that Mr. Benny uses the shortest route. Mr. Murugas take the route which passes through Juwasih and Bahau. So this is the answer. So this is the original question in the incomplete graph. So you have to add Batu Kike, BK, and Rompin. And don't forget to write the distance here. Follow this table. Okay. So Mr. Benny uses the shortest route. Which is the shortest route? Anyone? Which is the shortest route? Hello?
The 40-kilometer one.
Direct from Kuala Pilah to Rompin. Yes, this is the shortest route. This is Mr. Benny. Mr. Murugas passes through Juwasih and Bahau. So what is the difference? So you have to calculate the distance for Mr. Murugas, which is 9.3 plus 11.6 plus 20.7, which is what? What is the distance for Mr. Murugas?
41.6.
Yes, 41.6. So the difference, 41.6 minus 40. So this is the answer, 1.6 kilometer. So that's all for self-practice 5.1b. Next, we proceed to new subtopic. Okay, our learning standard for today's lesson, identify and draw subgraph and trees. So, how to identify and draw subgraph and trees? First, you have to understand what is subgraph. Subgraph is basically, you can read this in your textbook. Basically, subgraph is the graph, is the part of the original graph. So, example for this question, determine whether diagram 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the subgraph. So, look at the diagram 1. There is two vertex here, P and S, and also E5 here. So, look at the graph G here. The vertex P connected to S and have E5 is the edge. So exactly same as the graph G, a part of graph G. So if the diagram a part exactly as graph G, then the diagram is the subgraph of this graph. Okay, so soalan dia akan tanya macam ni lah. Given the diagram 1, so you have to determine whether this diagram is subgraph for this graph. So the answer for number 1, yes, because in exam you tak perlu bagi reason kat sini lah. Okay, you just write yes or no. Simple, just look at the diagram. If the diagram exactly as the graph G, a part of the graph G, then the diagram is a subgraph. Have a look at diagram 2. As you can see, PQS, the vertex PQS, same as the graph G, but here at the original or the graph G, there is no loop at vertex P. But diagram 2 have a loop at diagram P, which is E2. E2 should be in vertex vertex Q. So bila macam ni ada kira tak betul lah kan. Sepatutnya E2 at G. Tapi kat graph diagram tu ada dekat vertex P. So this is not a subgraph for graph G. Boleh tak? Clear tak? Sini hujan ni. Takut you tak clear.
Boleh cikgu.
Okay, so graph 2 no. Sebab ada E2 at vertex P. Okay, have a look at diagram 3. Diagram T. Is it a
Cikgu.
subgraph of graph G? Yes.
Tolong ulang lagi sekali.
Which one? Diagram.
Diagram 2.
Okay, diagram 2. If you look at this diagram 2, at vertex P here have a loop E2. But in graph G, the loop E2 at vertex Q, not vertex P. So not same as graph G. Okay, when not same as graph G, then diagram 2 is not a subgraph. Okay. Boleh tak yang tanya tadi?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, look at diagram 3. Is it a subgraph or not?
No.
Why? Anyone can spot?
Because the line P3 is E5, not E3.
Yes, correct. This is E3. But the graph G for PS is E5. So this is not a subgraph. Okay, how about diagram 4? Is it a subgraph or not?
No.
No. Why?
No.
Which one yang salah? Here.
The vertex Q and vertex R, the loop and edges are wrong.
Yeah. This is E2, but here E3. Here E3, but for graph G is E2. So actually subgraph is simple. There must be exactly the same as graph G. Okay. So next, what do you understand about tree? Just now subgraph, now tree. Tree is actually a subgraph, but there is a following properties. Okay, tree is actually a subgraph, but follow these properties. There is three properties here, which is a simple graph without loops and multiple edges. Okay, as you can see just now, this is also a subgraph, but this is not a tree. Why? Because have loop here. Okay, so tree basically is a subgraph, but a simple graph without loops and multiple edges. So this is the first properties. Next, all the vertices are connected and each pair of vertices is connected by only one edge. Okay, this is the second properties. The last properties, number of edges equals to number of vertices minus 1. So let's say the number of vertices is n. So the number of edges n minus 1. Let's say the number of vertices 5. So the number of edges should be 5 minus 1 equals to 4. Okay, if you don't understand, don't worry. Look at this um, example, this diagram. Diagram 1. First, if you want to determine whether it's tree or not, first you count the vertex. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 vertex. So the age must be 4. 5 minus 1. So the edges here 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one follow the third properties just now. The vertices is 4, the edges, the vertices is 5, the edges is 4. 5 minus 1. So this diagram follow uh, the third properties. The first properties just now, there is no loops and no multiple edges. So yes, diagram 1, there is no loops and also no multiple edges. And every vertex connected only one way. So we can conclude that diagram 1 is a tree. Okay, it's a tree because all the vertices are connected. Every pair of vertices is connected by an edge only, and there is no loops or multiple edges. This is the third properties just now, 5 vertices. So the edges must be 4. Okay, have a look at this diagram. This diagram also have 5 vertices, which is A, B, C, D, and E. But the edges is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The vertices is 5. The edges also 5. This is not follow the properties number 3 just now. So this is not a tree. Not a tree. The first one because vertex B and vertex E can be connected in two ways. How?
Teacher,
Yes?
teacher,
Yes?
Tashini cannot join the meet, teacher.
Sebab masuk lambat. Next time kena masuk awal. I dah start, I tak susah nak pergi sini balik. Siapa nak masuk tadi? Ni. Tarshini. Lain kali kena masuk awal ya. Okay, continue. Sebab kita ada only one period, 30 minute only. Okay, so diagram 2 is not a tree because vertex B and vertex E can be connected in two ways, which is B to E and another one B to C to D to E. So this not followed the second properties just now, and this is not followed the third properties, which is 5 vertices and 5 edges. So, okay tak?
Okay, cikgu.
Okay. So, have a look at this example. Determine whether each of the following graph is a tree. Justify your answer. So first you have to look at count the vertex, the vertices, and then count the edges. So the vertex is this one for A. The vertex is 6. So the edges should be 6 minus 1, which is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The edges not 5, it's 7. So A is not a tree. Boleh? Okay, have a look at diagram B. Is it a tree? A tree or not?
Yes.
Yes. A tree, 6 vertices and 5 edges. Each pair of vertices is connected by 1 edge. Okay, diagram C. Is it a tree?
3.
Yes.
Yes. Correct. This is tree. D. Is it a tree?
No.
Why no?
Because I have 6 vertices and 4 edges.
Yeah, should be 5 edges because 6 vertices. But this diagram only have 4 edges. So not a tree. Okay. Boleh identify a tree. Just follow the three properties just now. So sometimes the question asks you to draw a tree for the following information given. So let's say the question asks you to draw a tree with 6 vertices. So okay, A for 6 vertices, B, C, and D. So for A, this is the example of the answer. You also can draw like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices should be 5 edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This also is the tree for 6 vertices. That means if the question asks you to draw, there is a lot of um, possible answer. Okay, so this is the possible answer. This is also the possible answer, as long as your drawing followed the properties, the three properties of tree. If the question asks you to draw 8 vertices, that means you have 8 vertex and 7 edges. So you can draw like this. Make sure your tree is a simple graph with no loop, with no multiple edges. So this one also you can draw like this. 8 vertices. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So and many other possible solution. For C, 4 edges mean 5 vertex. So you can draw like this. You can draw um, like this, 5 vertex and 4, oh sorry, 4 edges. This one use ruler. Okay, I freehand so dia tak cantik sangat. So for D, 9 edges mean 10 vertex, 10 vertices, so like this. So this is only for example, there is many possible drawing for this. Okay, so this is also the question may ask you to draw a tree, or maybe the question asks you to draw two trees based on the graph given below. So let's say here A given this graph. From this graph, you have to draw two trees. So this is the possible answer. There is many answer, but these two possible answer. Just draw the same vertex. First draw the vertex. Let's say this is A, B, C, D, and E. The position of the vertex remain unchanged. As you can see here, the position of A, B, C, D, this one I just name it, A, B, C, D, E. So the position of the vertex remain the same, but the edges, since this is 5 vertices, so you only draw 4 edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Since the question asks you to draw two trees, so this is another answer. As you can see, the vertex remain unchanged, the position of the vertex, but the edges now 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Senang je. Just draw the vertex first, and then for the edges, you just follow the properties. The vertex you minus 1. So this is a possible answer for B. Since there is 6 vertices, so the edges must be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The position of the vertex remain unchanged. Okay, let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boleh tak? Soalan ni dia boleh tanya macam-macam. Macam tadi, the first one, you have to draw the tree based on the given vertices and edges. This one, bebas lah. You can draw any tree. But for this question, the graph are given, but you have to draw two trees. Okay, this one, same as just now, but this is weight graph. So the question asks, draw a tree with a minimum total weight. So let's say this is the graph. You want to draw the tree with minimum total weight. So first draw the vertex. Here vertex Q, R, S, T, P. The vertex kena lukis semua. Okay. Only for the edges, you calculate the minimum total weight. So this is the answer. 5 vertex, 4 edges with minimum total weight. This one, before you draw, you have to calculate first. But there is many tree here you can draw, but this is the minimum total weight. Okay, so the minimum total weight is 55. Okay, this is your homework, self-practice 5.1c. Before we end our class, do you have any question, girls?
No, teacher.
Okay, if no, then you may leave and do your homework. Thank you.